she did horribly in the crates. But check this out. She's been in the crate for about an hour now, and you don't hear a thing. Crate training is more than just buying the crate and putting it there. It's about letting your dog know this is to be their new safe space. There are a couple ways to start. You can start by just leaving the door open and throwing some treats in there. Or if you find your dog has a general curiosity, feel free to let them explore. Under no circumstance closing that door behind them. Once they make their way over, you praise them. Rinse and repeat. Now let's just say you're busy, don't have time, and have got to go. What do you do? For one, this is where I've got to be honest and say, you got to make the time. But being consistent and being repetitive will get you the results. When Lola first came to me, she came because she did horribly in the crates. But check this out. She's been in the crate for about an hour now, and you don't hear a thing. So I'm going to flip this camera so that you guys can see exactly where she is and how she's doing. And no, she does not have a bottom plate because this is what she did to it when she first got here. And I show this to you guys to say that it's not always easy. I think the part that gets people frustrated is when they think it's supposed to be easy and then it's not. But if you guys can see that even us, regular people, trainers, things of that nature, we have our moments too. You guys just don't get to see it. Then maybe you don't feel so bad and you don't give up. She would howl all day long. So for us to even have these moments to talk to you when you see where she was or is and hear nothing, yeah, exactly. One of the girlies said she gave up crate training after 3 months. It should not take you 3 months to do this process. But you don't get your dog to stay in a closed crate without them learning how it's okay to stay in an open crate. So step one, be sure to leave that gate open as often as possible. In fact, leave it open all of the time. When they start to realize that that door doesn't close as soon as they enter, they start to feel okay with going in. Step two, once they start to approach the gate, the door of the crate, or enter the crate, at any given point that they either touch that crate or enter the crate, give them a reward. They'll start to have a positive association with the crate and a reward. Once that happens, start to associate the word crate or bed with the action. But let's say your dog isn't generally growing their own interest. This is where people may throw a treat into the crate. And once they follow that treat and go into the bed, this is where you can say, good, bed. You rinse and repeat this process over and over. They start to want to spend a longer time in their crate. Then and only then would I advise you starting to close that door. And I wouldn't close it right away for, longer than a second. That 1 second turns into 2 seconds, turns into 10 seconds, turns into 30 seconds, turns into a minute, so on and so forth. And before you know it, they're comfortable with staying in there for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, guys. You shouldn't need more than a couple of hours to get this process down pat. And I say a couple of hours because you might want to reinforce it and then try again. You don't just do it and then stop and say, okay, we closed the gate. We closed the door for 5 to 10 minutes and they did great. And so that's it. No. You never want to overwhelm your dog when training. So if you find that the process does start to get overwhelming, take a pause, come back to it a little later. Again, just not pushing them allows them to feel like, maybe this is safe. So they got a couple of rewards for going in there. We gave it a break. All of a sudden you're finding while you're doing the dishes or cleaning up the house, there's some curiosity. They went back. Great. You can praise that or reward that or don't say anything at all. Just let them keep, exploring on their own. And then you can come back later and try again and see how much easier you'll get those same results. And then if today is day one that my dog is created, I'm going to keep that in mind when I go run my errands. I'm not going to spend 4 hours out saying, yes, we had a success. I'm not going to go spend 4 hours out going, yes, we had so much success. They should be great. No, maybe 30 minutes. So I might run to the gas station, I might run to the dollar store, and then boom, I'm back home. We're reinforcing that they did a great job. This is not enough time yet for them to have gotten anxious or worried about if you're not coming home yet. So you're kind of getting ahead of it and staying ahead of it. And by staying ahead of it, you keep the positive association with being in the crate. Now you've been successful with 30 minutes. Okay, great. You can push it to 45. You can push it to an hour. And then that hour, again, it turns into 2, turns into 3, turns into 4, turns into 6. And now you've done half a day at work or more. And you're able to come home on that lunch break, walk your dog, no accidents in the crate, no anxiety. They know that you're coming back. You've established the trust because now they know you're coming back, which is what all that building up does. It lets them know that, hey, yeah, I might be in here a little longer, but every time I was in here a little longer, she still came back for me. So, guys, I really hope this helps. If you did find it helpful, please leave a comment in the comment section just letting me know that it did help. Also, if you need help beyond these videos, feel free to DM me. I'll be more than glad to do so. Visit the link in the bio for the Stan Store. You can book one-on-ones there, or check out the new ebooks that are up there. There are 2 different ebooks for new dog moms or for someone that's just bringing home a new dog and doesn't know what to expect. If you've ever wondered about how to choose the right size crate, how long was too long to stay out of the house when your dog was crated, or how your dog knows how long you're gone, you don't want to miss parts 2, 3, and 4.